All right, people. Today we're going to be talking about your two assignments. So we have two things. You're going to be dealing with multiplying and dividing powers, and the second one you're going to be dealing with is the products and quotients of powers. So first off, we're going to deal with this so that we can understand that, okay? The second one, make sure that you look at the second part of our video for today. So this one right here, we are dealing with multiplying and dividing with powers involved. So this one right here, what we have is 4 to the 6 times 4 to the negative 8th power. Our directions are simple. They want us to simplify it and to rewrite in the expression in the form of 4 to the nth power. So what does this all mean? So we have 4 because that is our base here and our base here. N is the answer that we get when we take 6 and negative 8 and add those together. So N is the power of the answer. And then 4, that is your base. So we're going to go through a couple here together, okay? So for this, we got 4, obviously, is going to be our base. Now, the thing that's going to be tricky is what is our exponent? So let's find out. So we got two exponents here. We got 6 and we got negative 8. So we're going to have to do 6 plus negative 8. So 6 plus negative 8, these both are different signs. This is the same as what is 6 minus 8. Since this is bigger and this is smaller, that means that our answer will still have a negative. And 6 minus 8 is 2. So that means our answer for this will be 4 to the negative 2nd power. And you did that, and that's a nice big old check. Now, unlike your other Khan Academies from last week, this one has 7 questions, which is why I've only given you 2 for today. So let's deal with the next one. Next one, same type of deal. We're going to make sure that we add the exponents together. So this time we know that y is our base. So our answer should have a y, and then its exponent is going to be what I get for n. N is what happens when I take negative 4 plus 3. So negative 4 plus 3, I know that these two are different signs, and this one is negative, which means that our answer should have a negative on it. So this means that we should end up getting a negative number. 4 plus negative 3, that means we're going up 3. So that's going from negative 4 to negative 3 to negative 2, finally to negative 1, which means that when we answer our answer will be y. So you could just simply put the letter y, and then we're going to go to the exponent. So for you to get the exponent on here, I don't think I explained it on the last one, so let's make sure that we do that. There's actually 2 ways you can do this. If you use this symbol here, this is actually to give you an exponent on anything. So if we do y and then hit this, that gives you an exponent. The other way that you can do this is if you hit the shift key and 6. That actually brings you up here. So we're going to put y and negative 1. Nice check. Okay, we got a division problem here, so let's do some division. Now, if you're unsure of what to do with this, it's always important for us to just rewrite out what's going to happen. So we know that our answer is going to be 4 to some power. So we have 4 to the nth power. So let's deal with what n is. N is going to be what happens when we subtract our exponents, because this time we're dealing with the quotient rule. So let's do that. We got 11, and we are subtracting from it negative 8. So this is 11 minus negative 8. So what happens here, these both is actually going to turn into a plus sign. So we got 11 plus 8. And 11 plus 8 is simply 19. So that means that we have 4 to the 19th power. And that's all the different types of problems you'll see here. Some will be division, some will be multiplication. Okay? Good luck with that. Now let's take a look at our other one. Our other one has us dealing with the product rule. Now the product rule is a little different than what we dealt with before. It's essentially kind of like the distributive property, but we're dealing with exponents. So let's take a look at what we got. We got a to the negative second power, and we got 8 to the 8 to the 7th power. So we're multiplying these two together. Now we don't know what a is, but we're not going to worry about that. We know that these both have different bases, and they have different exponents. Since these are both different, there's no way we can combine these two together. So that means in our answer, we should have some a and some 8 to some power. Now this 2 here, this 2, since it's taking both of these 2 to the second power, means that you're taking a to the negative second. This is all being taken to the second power, and 8 to the 7th, and that's all being taken to the 7th power. So let's translate this out a bit, okay? So this all right here, essentially what this is saying is we have a to the negative 2. This is being taken to the second power. Also over here we have 8 to the 7th, and this is also being taken to the second power. Now you've seen these rules before, but it's important for us to review them going into the next particular part of our unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to multiply these out, and then rewrite our new answer. So we got negative 2 to the second power. What's going to happen is we're going to bring this 2 in, and this is going to be a to the negative 2 times 2. So that's one thing happening right here. This is all one parenthesis, because this is separate from this. Now over here we got 8, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this 2 and multiply it. So 8 to the 7 times 2. So 7 times 2 I know is 14. So I have 8 to the 14th power. Over here I got a, and it's being taken to negative 2 times 2, which is negative 4. So I have a to the negative 4th times 8 to the 14th. And I see my answer like that right on here. And I click. There we go. So all of these, you're going to be bringing your outside number inside to your two problems. So for these, there are some answers that you might have that are a little bit different, and they might freak you out. Like you see over here, we see that we have a 21 all of a sudden, and we see a fraction here. Now, what this all might mean at the end of it is that there might be some rule that these people are ignoring to get these two answers. So what we need to do is we're going to separate these two and deal with them accordingly. So let's do that. So I have 3 to the negative 8th power, and that's all times negative 2. So this negative 8 is going to be dealing with this negative 2. So that's one parenthesis here. Separately, I have in this parenthesis 7 to the 3rd power to the negative 2nd. So what we're dealing with here, we're just going to be dealing with the powers. We're not going to necessarily manipulate this further, okay? So let's deal with that. So I got negative 8 times negative 2. Well, you know, 8 times 2 is 16. So that means that negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. So this right here, this gives me 3 to negative 8 times negative 2. I'm just going to write it all out so that we see it. Is 3 to the 16th power. Now over here, we know that this is going to be 7 to the 3 times negative 2. We know 3 times 2 is 6, so 3 times negative 2 would end up being negative 6. So we see our answer right here, 3 to the 16th and 7 to the negative 6 right here in B. And we got 2 more. Now these are going to be similar to what we did before. We have This time, a division problem, take it to this, which means that you're going to have to bring this inside, just like how we did in our other video, okay? So I'm going to leave you off with these, and good luck, guys.